ゲームやる時間決める僕たちは約束守る
約束を守って楽しいゲームがいつもより楽しくなるよ
Hello everyone, Tokyo Game Show 2023 will be held this year using the entire Makuhari Messe for the first time in 4 years. So we are now back to the past. So furthermore, this year as well, we will be holding a virtual venue and online, making one of the largest ever, and we hope to provide an exciting place for the game fans across the country, including content that is more powerful than last and latest trends. Enjoy the 4 days starting today to your heart's content. So today, it is first day, is entitled as a game move, the world changes. So we welcome guests who are active on the front lines of the global and game industry. And actually the game industry is growing, and PC game platform that is currently gaining popularity around the world is risky. And we try to hear from various perspectives about the future and possibilities of the Japanese game industry to welcome many guests from that part. My name is Katsuhiro Hayashi from Kadokawa Game Linkage. I'll be hosting the event today. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now, let's start. We try to introduce today's guests. First of all, from Valve Corporation Steam Business Team, Erik Peterson-san. And also next, from Valve Corporation Steam Platform Engineering Team, Pierre-Loup Griffais. And also next, Capcom Global Business Headquarters Digital Promotion Manager, Wlliam Yagi-Bacon-san. Finally, Katsuhiro Harada-san, Chief Producer and Executive Game Director of Bandai Namco Studios. So all 4 people are coming to visit us. Thank you so much for your support. So first of all, we try to have greetings from you. Mr. Erik, please.
So excited to be here at TGS. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Erik Peterson. I work at Valve on the Steam business team, and it's my job to help developers and publishers launch their games on Steam from all over the world.
こんにちは。今日はこのように東京ゲームショウに参加させていただき、お話しさせていただきて大変嬉しいです。私はエリック・ピーターソンと申しまして、バルブコーポレーションの Steam ビジネスチームに所属しております。私の職務は Steam 上でゲームをローンチしていただくため、デベロッパーやパブリッシャーの皆様をサポートさせていただくことです。今日はよろしくお願いいたします。
お願いします。
Thank you so much. So next, Pierre-san, please.
Hello, I'm Pierre-Loup Griffais, and I work on the Steam Platform Engineering team. I'm an engineer and architect on the Steam Deck, and it's great to be here at TGS.
こんにちは。私は Steam のプラットフォームチームのピエール・ルー・グリフェです。Steam デックのエンジニア兼アーキテクトです。今日は皆さんとこのようにお話できて大変嬉しいです。よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
Thank you so much.
それでは、
So next, Mr. Wlliam, please. Thank you so much. My name is Wlliam Yagi-Bacon from Capcom. Mainly, I'm in charge of digital promotion, especially the new launch, new release of the new title, or catalog release, all those sales strategies, and also planning and execution of the strategies are my roles. And of course, looking at Japan and also the world as well. Finally, Harada-san, please. Hello, my name is Harada from Bandai Namco. Tekken 8 now is now showing, and I have been involving in development, and also many titles are in my charge, for example, sports, marketing, etc. I'm in charge of various roles in those titles. Thank you so much. So then, firstly, we try to jump into the first topic. So as I mentioned before, PC game platforms are currently enjoying a great deal of excitement in the Japanese game market. So we try to ask you about the current situation and the changes that are being felt from the perspective from platformers and game software manufacturers. So the Valve members, I'd like to ask you about the rise of the PC game market in Japan, especially the trend of the users and also the number of downloads in Japan. What is the trend in your country?
We're really excited about the future of PC gaming in Japan.
私たちは日本における PC ゲームの今後の未来に大きな期待を寄せております。
Over the last 5 years, Japan has been one of the fastest growing major markets in the world on Steam.
で Steam にとって日本は過去5年間で最も急速に成長している主要な市場の一つです。
There are millions of players in Japan playing games on Steam.
で Steam でゲームをプレイしてくださっている日本のプレイヤーさんはもう何百万人といらっしゃいます。
So we're seeing a fundamental shift in PC gaming in Japan, and at the same time that we're seeing huge growth in the number of players playing PC games in Japan, we're also seeing massive success from Japanese developers and publishers with their games around the world.
私たちはPC ゲームが日本において大きく伸びている、そして大きく今変わりつつあるという状況を目の当たりにしていますが、日本で多くのプレイヤーの方が PC ゲームに関心を抱いてくださっているのと同様に、日本のディベロッパーやパブリッシャーさんの皆さんも開発されたゲームがどんどん世界中の Steam のプレイヤーに支持され大成功を収めているというところを目の当たりにされているかと思います。
In 2023, 1 in 5 of the top 20 games on Steam came from Japan.
2023年では Steam のトップセールスの 20%、つまり5つに1つは日本の初のゲームでした。
So massive franchises like Final Fantasy, Tekken, Street Fighter, Biohazard, Armored Core, Spider-Man, these are all franchises that are finding huge success around the world.
で巨大、有名なフランチャイズとしては、例えばファイナルファンタジーや鉄拳、ストリートファイターやバイオハザード、そしてアーモードコアやスパイダーマンなど、こういったものはすべて Steam であるいは Steam デックでプレイしていただくことができます。
And players in Japan are discovering that these are games that you can play on Steam and now on Steam Deck.
で Steam だけではなく Steam デックでもプレイできるということを日本のプレイヤーの皆さんももうお気づきかと思います。
So while PC gaming is growing in Japan, Japanese developers and publishers are helping to grow PC gaming around the world.
で PC ゲームがこのように、日本で伸びているという状況でありますが、また日本は日本のパブリッシャーやディベロッパーの皆さんがこの世界の PC ゲームの成長を後押ししているというふうにも見ています。
It's been really exciting to see some of that growth happening on Steam Deck. In Japan and around the world, Steam Deck is introducing a whole new audience to PC gaming.
で Steam デックが日本でも世界でもこのように大きく伸びていて非常に嬉しく思っていますし、 Steam デックは全くその新しいタイプのオーディエンスにゲームをご紹介しているということをしていると思います。
PC gaming has advantages such as you only need to buy a game once and have it follow forever in your Steam library without needing to rebuy it again.
で PC ゲームのアドバンテージとしましては、一度購入すればライブラリーの中に入るのでずっとプレイすることができます。
All the major franchises are on PC. Also, you can play online without requiring an online subscription fee.
でPC で、プレイできるゲームというのは、オンラインでもプレイができるわけですが、その際にそのオンラインのサブスク料金というものを支払う必要はありません。
Those are the advantages that we see resonating with the PC users in Japan.
でこういった、PC のゲームのアドバンテージというものが PC ユーザーの皆さんに共感していただいているのかなというふうに感じております。
Thank you so much. So over the past 5 years, the Japanese market is growing rapidly, and is that from the Steam members' perspective, have you ever tried something new and that's a catalyst to boost the Japanese market, or is that the Japanese game users are coming and growing automatically? Do you have any strategies behind it or nothing?
The growth has come from two different things. One is that we're seeing growth all across the world, but in particular in Japan, I think that players are resonating with those features that Pierre-Loup were mentioning.
2つそうですね、お答えできる要素があると思うんですけれども、世界全体でこのように PC ゲームが伸びている、特に日本においてのその成長の理由というのは、こういったフィーチャーや機能にやっぱり共感していただいているというところがあるかと思います。
We're also making an effort, and the reason why we're here today at TGS is meeting with developers and publishers to find out what they need to help grow their business in Japan and around the world.
で私たちとしてもさまざまな努力や取り組みをさせていただいておりまして、その一環として今回こうやって TGS にも参加するために来日させていただいてますというのも、パブリッシャーやデベロッパーさんの皆さんのニーズを実際に耳にして理解して、そして世界で日本で成長されるために私たちがどういったことをできるのか学ばせていただきたいと考えているからです。
And just finally, we also talk to developers and publishers around the world and encourage them to localize their games in Japanese and also release their games in Japan so that they're available on Steam.
でもうすみません、最後にディベロッパーやパブリッシャーの皆さん、世界中で活躍されていると思うんですけど、私たちがやっぱり推奨させていただいているのは、日本語のローカライズをぜひした方がいい、そして日本の市場にリリースした方がいい、そして、Steam でプレイしていただくっていうところを後押しできるようにいろいろ支援させていただいてます。
Thank you so much, got it. So then next, we try to ask Wlliam about the PC game market. There are some changes in the game sales business, especially before and after the COVID-19 pandemic. Do you have the ratio of the download version and package version? What is the trend of both two? And what is the ratio of the PC game platforms among this?
Thank you so much. Actually, I tried to show the ratio of the situation. This is already published by us as a company, and as when you look at this chart, the digital ratio is going up recently, year by year, and we couldn't say the package is shrinking, but the share of both sides are increasing. Of course, in accordance with the year, the package seems to be a bit shrinking, but it's not. This is up to our portfolio of the package, or in accordance with the year, the PC, thanks to the title, is digital only. So the more we can sell the PC game, then the digital ratio is going up in accordance with the trend of the sales of the PC game. So that's a trend. So that's exactly what it is. And this is the worldwide graph, right? It is not domestic. No, it's a bit difficult to read this, but at the time of 2022, that's the timing of the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. This is the threshold to change situation. In Japan, we have more customers. They try not to go outside and can't go shopping, cannot meet with friends. That's a situation, and it's really boring. So that's a trigger to let them play a PC game, and they try to buy the PC game instead of meeting others. Of course, just buying PC game, that's nothing. So just downloading, and of course, they have some other ways of usage of the PC game or PC itself, just sending the mail or doing some business, and while doing so, they are playing the games. That's a situation after the COVID-19. Simply cannot say the shrink of the package game, but simply can have a big, wide range of the PC game users, right? They are not going for the ones actually because of the digital, because of the COVID-19, they can understand suddenly the feature of the PC game, and they try to buy the PC game and download the basis. Of course, the users of the package, they try to keep this, and they want to keep this as a correction. So the situation still continues. In that word, of course, Capcom needs to have the inventory, and we have a close look at the inventory as well. We have more slide, right? Yeah. So this explains the current game soft market in the world. It is not only coming from us, but the survey done by the third party. And the point here is the console and consumer ratio. And the PC game, it is quite stable, and we can grow. And when you look at this, the ratio is growing. And we, of course, as a Capcom, try to ride this trend, and then, of course, secure the customers with this trend. From the worldwide basis, the market is growing. It is not shrinking at all, right? Yes, you're right. Thank you so
それでは
much.
続いて原田さんにお
So
伺いしたい
moving
と思う
on
んですけれど
to
も、
the next
その
question,
ダウンロード
Harada-san.
版の販売比率が
So
年々向上してい
thinking about
て、
the
でそれから
download
日本におい
share,
て
it
も
is
PC
increasing
の
and in
ゲームプ
Japan,
ラットフォー
the
ムの存在感
PC
が増し
game
てきていて、
platform
でそういった
presence
状
is
況の変
going
化
up.
がゲームの
And
開
the
発の方に
situation like
どういった
this,
影響を与えている
do
の
we
か、
have
与えないの
some
かみたいなことをお
impact
伺いできればと思
from
うんですけれ
that,
ども。
from that trend? Thank you so much. As you know, in 80s or 90s, Japanese console or development, actually they focused only on the console. When I was there, actually I played the PC game in rare, so but the not PC. Actually, the performance is improving drastically, and the PC market is going up as well in accordance with the trend or development. And in 90s or 80s, compared with that time, what's a big difference is the language variation. Because in the past, each regions, each country has each big presence, and each console, around 5 or 6 language was available, and that was enough for them. But recently, the situation is drastically changed, and there are more and more multilingualistic version is available. And I also had the same situation. And I was at that time as a manager. And when I look at the data, around 40% are coming from the PC in Japan already. And arcade roots, when I play a PlayStation or console-based game, even so, 30% or 25% are coming from the PC as well. So that means that we can have a wide range of the coverage of population in the world. So around 19, 20 countries, around 22 language should be available for them in the future, thanks to the PC market growing. And another one is the spec. So for example, not PC spec is improving drastically. And of course, there are a wide range. There is a top and there is a lowest. And in that way, of course, we don't have to care much about the situation, but actually we need to be cautious about the range of the spec. As you said, localization is a key. And in the past, the first should be console and the second is a PC, right? But now, they try to have a simultaneous launch in the PC version and also the console version. So I think the development schedule should be changed based on the situation. Yes, you're right. So the version, as I said, in the past, it's just 3. 3 was enough at that time. But recently, the debug build, language, actually the deadline is quite speedy. And in the past, it was arcade game. And just before the launch, we have just doing just before the deadline. That was the launch day. But now, we need to fix just before, far before the deadline. That's a launch day. So there are more time limitations. So we cannot do it just doing the procedures just before the launch. No, we cannot check anymore once a launch. So just we are waiting for the AI development to make it. We hope that should be more efficient thanks to the AI development. In the past, in Japan, recently the PC or Steam is more and more popular over the past just few years, and it's difficult to update or catch up the trends, right? Yes, you're right. But on the other hand, in the past, in 90s or 80s, it was just a console version, but moving on to the PC version, actually it took long after that. So we are more and more accommodative recently. And now that we can find out the difference of the spec of the PC, so the response to this, we can more accommodate it with the change of the variation of the PCs. But there are some features or easier ways to do. And in the past, it was really unique process for each console, each devices. But now that it is more and more standardized, and for example, in these, they can easily to publish on the developer side, and the process to launch is more and more simplified when it comes to the PC, and it is getting better and better situation as a whole, I think.
続いてですね、
Thank you
皆
so
さんに
much.
お伺いしたいと思うんですけれども、ここ数年でいわゆるセールがとても浸透したなと、それはもう
I
視聴
tried
者の
to
皆さん、
ask
ゲームファンの皆
the
さんも
situation about
共
the
通で実感
sales,
してらっしゃると思うんですけれど
and
も、
they
さまざま
definitely
なタイ
find
ミン
out
グ
the
でさまざ
situation
ま
in
な
the
セールが展
sales,
開
and
されていて、
many
で
sales are going,
新作だけではなくて、ゲーム
and
ファンの
not
皆さん
only
が
the
旧作
brand
を
new
知る機
one,
会にもな
but
っていると思
also
うんで
they
すけれど
have
も、
the
このセー
days
ルの
to
効果だ
or
ったりとか、
occasions
それ
to
から
know
それを
about
どれ
the
ぐらい重要視さ
what
れているのか
title
みたいなこ
and
と
what
に
is
つい
the
てお
importance of
伺
the
いできれば
sales.
と思うんですけれども、まず
I
は
tried
バ
to
ルブの
ask
皆
you
さんから
the
ですかね。
our members.
We put a lot of energy and effort into major sales and also seasonal events because we keep getting a strong signal from both customers and developers that they're really important.
私たちは、Steam としてもセールやイベントに多くの時間やエネルギーを費やしているんですけれども、これは開発者のとお客様の皆様から、こういうセールの重要性を伺っているから、そういう強いお声をいただいているからなんです。
For a customer, a sale is really exciting because there's a huge number of titles that they get to pick from to play, and they get to look at their wish list and choose titles that are on sale, and also discover new titles to play for the first time.
お客様、ユーザーの皆さんにとってやっぱりセールってすごくエキサイティングなものだと思うんですよね。もうたくさんのゲームというものがそのセールになっていて、自分のウィッシュリストでいつかこれ欲しいなと思ってたものにこう出会えたりですとか、全く新しい今までもうプレイしたことなかったゲームを知るきっかけにもなるかと思うんです。
For developers, major sales are also a really important tool, and it's a tool for the discovery of your game.
で、開発側にとってもセールというのは非常に有効なツールだと思うんです。
It offers an opportunity to sell a bunch of copies of your game and also build an audience and a following for your game, your franchise, or you as a developer.
で、自分のオーディエンスですとかフランチャイズに対してこうゲームでゲームを知っていただいたりこう見つけてもらう、強力なツールだというふうに位置づけられているかと思います。
Participating in a major sale is not mandatory for developers. Developers can choose whether or not they submit a discount, but the vast majority of developers do submit a discount because they find it such a valuable and important tool in building their audience.
で、私たちは、ディスカウントしなければいけないというふうに決してマストで強制されているわけではないんですけれども、大半のディベロッパーさんもやっぱりセールには参加されていると思うんですね。というのもやっぱりこのオーディエンスを増やして先ほど申し上げましたが、こう見つけてもらうためのセールは強力なツールだと思うからです。
It can also help major franchises or really any game to find a very long tail to be able to sell the games for a very long time.
で、長期間ロングテールでの販売をするためにこうフランチャイズやゲームというのを販売していく上でもセールというものは有効だと思います。
Sales can definitely have a good effect beyond just revenue as well. In addition to just introducing the franchise to new users, it can also have great effects on multiplayer games and expand the online community.
そうですね、セールというものは単純に売上というところ以外にも効果があるというふうに私は感じていまして、で、新しいユーザーさんに新しいフランチャイズを紹介したりですとか、あとはマルチプレイヤーという形でコミュニティを醸成したりコミュニティを強化していく上でもセールというものは有効だと思います。
For those franchises that are really popular, it's also a really effective way to entice users to continue to purchase more games in the franchise. So a user might buy a game on discount in an earlier version in the franchise, and then they're more likely to purchase the next iteration of the game in the franchise.
そして、もう一つ有効な点としまして、人気のフランチャイズというものをディスカウントで初回購入していただくと、次に、そのシリーズのものがまた出た時に今度また改めてそれを購入しようということで、結局はユーザーさんが増えるというところに効果があるのもセールなのかというふうに思っています。
ありがとうございます。それでは続いてウィリアムさんにもお伺いしてよろしいですか。
はい、そうですね。やっぱりカプコンにとってもセールっていう機会は非常に重要です。The sales is a really big occasions for us to sell our titles. Especially this year, we have many major titles, and it's a bit difficult to buy because it's too expensive. Of course, it depends on the time, available time for the players, and we pick up some titles and they try to buy it or they try to hold it as a wish list and then wait for the sales timing and then buy this. So we can catch those customers when we have the sales and then they can buy again in the wish list. And also, not only Japan, of course, there are big differences among the regions, but the criteria is really various country by country, especially emerging countries. Actually, there are many people who cannot buy the new titles in the full price, and many members are waiting for the sales period. So we can care those people, and the sales timing or sales price is quite a big point for us. And maybe, of course, our members have already known, but the customers in the Steam, especially the Steam summer sale, winter sale, it is quite occasional, seasonal, and regular one. So they are looking forward to buying this period. So actually, that was really a good business chance for us, I think. And that is what we have expected. And finally, I have some memos. And sell while doing so. Many people said they try not to buy the full price, just waiting for the sales. Actually, there are a big difference between the customers. When we look at the Monster Hunt, they try to buy because they want to play with their friends. And shouldn't say, I'm just waiting for the sale. No, to play with them. So, of course, they are waiting for the time of the release date, and then they buy this at the peak time. And not only that playing game itself, but also they are enjoying playing with friends, socialization, and the through value-added parts are coming from the timing of the launch date. It's like a festival, right? When we have the launch date. Yeah, there are clear differences between them. And when they release or when they announce the new title, do we have the tendency that the old version is also selling well? Yeah. Of course, at Capcom, we have a number of series-style titles. And of course, many people can play the whole series. And to what extent or to what timing they miss the timing of the release date. So the following series or just before playing this, they just remember the old version and they want to play. And sometimes they play the console, but they remember it and they just have a memory, and then they also play again in the PC. That's a situation happens. Also goes to Harada-san. Yeah, actually, I don't want to say about the non-official version. Actually, they said sales. It's not. But the official part, please take it as an official story. But of course, the sales is one of the occasions to boost our sales. But on the other hand, we have the publisher sales. And we have the publisher sales. And when they sell in the Capcom side, and then there is a good trend or ripple effect for our sales as well. And they tend to focus on the actual price, but the situation happens recently changes. The 5 years, 6 years, or 10 years titles are there as well. And our title is a bit outdated recently, like this, 10 years ago. And DLC or seasoning, actually there is also the leader of having the prices. And then just want to have another ripple effect for the old version as well. So DLC, they buy data and season pass one, and then go into the next version or old version to have the synchronization with the latest version. And for example, different versions or different areas, they want to have the variations with their libraries. So including this, overall, we can gain the profit from that trend. So actually, the original price is not focus anymore from my perspective. So when the work basis, the marketing team, is that coming from the marketing team or producers team, Harada-san? Initial stages, we both thought together. But when I looked at the market trend and just say like, what about this price? But recently, when the data is accumulated, and they are more and more experts, and they know much about the theory and the database, digital marketing perspective, and there is a team to have the specialties of the knowledge. And actually, my experience or my sense is a bit outdated, but of course, there are difference between us and their target. But recently, the experts or specialized teams are doing or in charge of deciding the prices. Captain team, do you have this, right? Yes, we have this expertise teams as well. So the situation of the sales, North America or Japan, do we have some differences between them? As I mentioned before, the income level are different, and the timing to buy depends on the countries by countries. And recently, North America and Japan as well, so-called advanced countries are relatively buy the new seasons of the launch. But on the other hand, South America, they tend to buy the sales period. There is such kind of tendencies. Yes, you're right. Actually, the emerging countries people, they tend to feel like even it is an old version, but seems like a new version, right? So they do not care much about the launch date. Yes, you're right. To support this, actually, emerging, they cannot buy the latest version because there is the imported, and they have the custom charge, taxes, etc. It is not original price anymore. So in that case, it's difficult to buy the original price at the latest version. So there are such kind of titles. So that's why we have the sales period to offer the affordable prices. Thank you so much. So moving on to the next topic.
冒頭ですね、音声が聞こえないという音声トラブルがあったということでして、申し訳ございませんでした。この後、終わった後に公開されるアーカイブの映像では冒頭の音声も入った状態で公開されますので、そちらの方もご覧いただければと思います。
But for the archive, we are going to insert the original sound into the video clip. Okay, so when we talked about the boom in PC gaming platform in Japan, the changing along with the trend. Next question is about the future of the Japanese gaming industry. So Wlliam-san, I would like to ask you the question. So now the number of users playing on the PC gaming platform is growing. Packages, games, also remain popular in Japan. So does the home console. Now users have lots of options to enjoy playing games. Could you discuss what the future will be like for the home game console? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, in Japan, before the COVID pandemic, PC was not the big one. Of course, PC gamers existed in the past as well, but that was not the big recognition. But when COVID came, the tone or the trend became different. And then the gaming console gamers started to understand that PC gaming is also fun, and that kind of notion can prevail. And so the console and the package games are also popular still, and it's Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and then maybe we can call them as console makers, developers, but they are still strong, and the PC gaming developers are also becoming popular and stronger. And so from the different angles, we can have another option, which is smartphone games. So diversification among users become very big. So, in a nutshell, I think that this becomes a big, good trend for gaming industry as a whole. And one more thing I wanted to say is that the packaging seems becoming smaller, but
characteristic for the package is the touch of its feel. And then I myself am responsible for a digital area, but I also a collector of packaged games where that my houses are full of those packages. And so as a Capcom, we want to continue doing the package business as it has been. Thank you very much. And I would like to ask you this question for Valve. So what do you think about your strategy to increase the users?
We're really optimistic about the future of PC gaming in Japan. We think it's going to continue to grow, and we don't see any sign that it's going to slow down.
Steam としましては日本の PC ゲームの未来には非常に期待を抱いておりまして、その成長をとどまることないと思うんですね。なんか成長が止まるような要素が全く感じられません。
As more people are introduced to PC gaming and playing games on Steam in Japan, we think that that's just going to continue the growth because they see the advantages of playing games on PC and what Steam can offer.
PC ゲームのユーザーの方とか Steam を使っていただく方っていうのはこれからますます増えていくんではないかと考えてます。やっぱりPC ゲームのアドバンテージを考えると、成長しかないのかなと、そして Steam も伸びていくんではないかというふうに捉えています。
And for us, this also reinforces that focusing on Steam Deck in Japan is the right thing to do.
で改めて、Steam Deck で日本に向けてこれだけ力を入れてきたのは、正しい判断だったのだなと実感しております。
Through our continued partnership with Komodo, we'll be expanding Steam Deck retail availability so that customers in Japan can go to a store and experience it for themselves to see that it's a good fit.
でコモド社と継続的なパートナーシップを結んでいるんですが、その提携関係を通して日本の小売りでも Steam Deck の展開を広げております。実際に日本のユーザーの皆様に体験していただいて、で本当に良いものだと使いたいと感じていただきたいからです。
We really do believe that Steam Deck is a great opportunity for continued PC gaming success in Japan, as it combines the power and the advantages of PC with the ease of use of a console.
で Steam Deck は幅広い意味での成功、そして日本での大きな成功、PC ゲームがこのように成功してきたという状況にパーフェクトにマッチしているというふうに思っています。というのも、PC のパワフルな部分ですとかアドバンテージをコンソールの使い勝手の良さと組み合わせたのが Steam Deck だからです。
In the future, we'll be working really hard to continue to make sure that all the latest releases are a great seamless experience on Steam Deck.
で今後は全ての最新リリースが Steam Deck でもシームレスな体験でお届けできるように尽力していきたいと思っています。
We have to do a good job because Japan is the true birthplace of portable gaming.
というのも何よりも、ポータブルゲーミングの発祥の地は日本じゃないですか。だから日本の高い期待値にお応えしていかなければいけないと思っています。
そうですね、確か日本は本当に昔から携帯ゲーム機が盛んな、割と得意的な市場かもしれないですけれども、やっぱりSteam というプラットフォームはもちろんですけれども Steam Deck も同様に力を入れていく。それは日本市場以外の地域でも Steam Deck には力を入れていくんですか？
Yeah, Steam Deck has been, worldwide availability. Right now, we're available in North America, Europe, and Asia. So Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan.
もちろんです。Steam Deck はワールドワイドに展開してますので、現在北米、ヨーロッパ、そしてアジアですと日本、韓国、香港、台湾で提供させていただいております。
ちょっと話の筋からそれちゃうかもしれないですけれども、アメリカとかヨーロッパってそんなに携帯ゲーム機が広がらないような印象を持ってるんですけど、
Actually, I think that the US, the Steam Deck, what about the US? The sales seemingly it is not growing that much.
Really good success with Steam Deck in the US as well. I think portable gaming was on the rise there. We're also seeing a lot of users that are using Steam Deck at home as well. After COVID, I think it became hard for people to stay at their computer all the time because they're using it for work. So Steam Deck's been great to be able to disconnect from that and hang out with your family. It's a more social experience as well.
そうですね、アメリカでも、スチームデックの成功、伸びというのはすでに見られていますし、もともとポータブルゲーミングというのが少しずつ伸びてきているという兆候はあったと思うんですね。そしてその多くのユーザーさんがスチームデックを自宅で使用するっていうケースもあるんです。特にコロナの後、自宅でずっとパソコンで仕事をしててずっと PC でやってるのでちょっと切り替えて、で家族と時間を過ごしながらこのスチームデックでゲームをする、ちょっとソーシャルなそういう一面もあるんです。社交的な。
I play my Steam Deck probably more on the couch than I do on an airplane or on a train or anywhere else, and I think that's a pretty normal experience for people who play Steam Deck.
そうですね、私自身もじゃあ外で空港でとか飛行機乗ってる時とか電車でじゃあスチームデックをプレイするかというとどっちかというと自宅のソファーの方が多いんですよね。だからどちらかというとスタンダードな使い方なんだと思います。
そうですね。なるほど。その話を聞くと
You're
日
right.
本もまさに
So
そう
when
だ
I
と思って
look
とても納
here,
得
the
しますね。
story, actually the situation same in Japan as well. So thank you
次
so
はです
much.
ね、
So
同様
we
に
try
その
to
カプコンさんそ
ask
れからバンダイナ
the
ムコさんそれぞれの
questions
立
to
場
the
から
other
日本のゲーム産業
Capcom
ちょっ
or
と広
Bandai
い話になっ
Namco,
ちゃいますけれど
merely
も、
from the
どうやって
manufacturer's
成
perspective
長
as
さ
a
せ成
whole.
長させ
So
るという
please
か盛り
this
上げていきたいと
how
考えている
you
のか
plan
に
to
つ
grow
い
the
てお
Japanese
話
gaming
を
industry,
伺
including
え
the
ればと
PC
思います。
market
はい
going forward.
大きく分ける
Thank
と
you
ポイ
so
ント
much.
2つあり
So
まして、
we have two
一つは
points,
先ほ
luckily.
ど申し
The
上げまし
one,
た通り、
as I
PC が非
mentioned,
常に伸び
the
てきたと。
PC
もう
is
コンソール
growing
と肩を
rapidly
並べるぐらいの
together
大き
with
いプラットフォームに
console.
なってきて
And
ますの
actually,
で、
the share should be
ま
the
あ、ゲ
same
ー
with
ム
the
の作り手
console
としてはまず
recently. And from the
クロスプラッ
manufacturer's
トフォームで
perspective,
遊
we
べる
try to have the
というのが最近トレンド
cross-platform.
としてだいぶ
That's a
当たり前になってきて
trend,
ると思うんですよ。
and it's really
まあ
welcomed
弊社の例で
recently.
恐縮なんですが、スト
And
リート
I
ファイ
try
ター
to give
6
our
6月に
situation like Street Fighter and PlayStation 5 and also
まあ同時発売さ
Xbox
せて
and
いただいたん
Steam.
ですけど
We
も、
launched
まあ
in
これ
the
も
Steam
デーワンが
platforms
3
at the same time.
まあ同じ一つ
Three
の
platforms at the
環
same
境で対戦であ
timing.
ったり、
For example, they can play in different places, different platforms, but doing the field, the same playing, same match. So it goes well, really, and it's highly welcomed, and we can get a high feedback from the customers, especially the online platforms. We try to make it as a standard ways. And when they gather in the community, and it is less and less risky to be obsoleted. So, and they're more and more interesting for the customers and also the players as well, especially the Street Fighters 6. Actually, we have a big boom in Japan. Probably many people know this about the CL Cup. And that was a trigger to have the boom. So I think that's one cross-platform is one. And the another one is a PC platform, especially the hardware generation change is not there anymore. In the past, the console, they can change the version, like PlayStation 5 or 6 or etc. But the PC itself, the hardware is the same architecture and they do not change at all. And of course, it depends on the version or users, they try to version up the PC itself. But the platform is the same. So in that environment, through the Steam, once they buy this, even when they version up the PC, they can just play with the same title. And when in 10 years or 20 years, they can play the same. Or rather than that, they can version up the game itself. They do not rebuy this. So there is a big profit for them. And that's really special platform and uniqueness for us. And without this generation change mindset, we shouldn't say like upper version or lower version anymore. And of course, the same goes for the console. Each manufacturers are really cautious about this, and they try to have some response. The fourth generation, I think, the back compatch, and they try to version up from the first version to fourth version. Sony as well, the PS4. The all versions are working in the PS4. And Nintendo, actually it's a unique company. Recently the Switch, Nintendo Online, they can play Super Famicom, etc. And 3DS, DS game is also available. And in DS, they can just play the other platforms one. So there are many response to this. And I think that's a trend in the entire industry. And once they are welcomed and they're more and more popular, and we can say like one title can be an asset, even change their software, they can play the title, same title in a different version, different platforms. And that's really profitable for the customers as well. But on the other hand, this is not the only one. Even change their generation, the grandson can play the same title with the grandparents and doing. So I think outside their generations, they can play this title forever, regardless of their generations. That's really a good thing and good trends. And also, as I mentioned, as Valve members mentioned, as a culture of Japan, we have the play games culture in Japan, and Japan is really well known as about the game. So we try to proceed or we try to encourage our presence as well more and more. Thank you so much. Harada-san, what do you think? What is interesting is the digitalization, etc. They are seemingly integrating, but recently it's not like we have the Valve like this new platform. We shouldn't say the different places, different platforms, but when I look at the ways of playing of Japanese customers, they do not care much about the situation, and individually they change the play style in accordance with their lifestyle. Sometimes it's a PC, sometimes it's a console. And we try to, of course, launch our titles in various platforms at the same time. And as Capcom-san mentioned, the socialization is another way, another key. For example, friends, family members, how can we include or how can we connect them in one platform? And they can play a battle in the platform or the same publisher's game or same areas. When they play in this world, not only one community but also the entire community, and they welcome the customers from the different community. So we can connect, we can socialize them into our platform without these activities, without these reactions. It isn't just one single approach, one single title, and it's not line, it's just a dot, so it's not effective, I think. I think we try to focus on that part, connection, or connecting, or encourage the game industry to do more and more. I think, yeah, this is a key word of the industry, community. So what you're doing is making the most of the idea of community, just encourage them, boost them, and let them play the games longer and longer. Yes, once we say community, of course, each community has, each game has each community, and when we connect them, they have a special relationship with them, and the situation is going forward. So once we release the unique service, and they can play, and more and more people welcome this service. So for example, Tekken player and Street Fighters players are not overlapping, but once we launch this platform to connect them, then something happens, right? Yes, there are some overlapping, and maybe we can have more enlightening ideas to connect them. And there are more possibilities, new possibilities coming from the idea. I think that's the way. Thank you so much.
I could go on and on, but the closing time is almost there. And as always, we were able to hear a lot of stories from many people, the participants. As I myself felt that the PC gaming console is emerging, and then I think I was able to reach out the game packages that I'm not really being able to see or enjoy. And Wlliam also mentioned just now. And so some IPs are for packages, but sometimes I want to do it downloaded version because I want to play it during the night. And so there are a lot of options out there. So from the user's point of view, the industry is becoming better and better. So with this change, I hope this type of change can be seen in among the users in the world. And again, there should be more opportunities for everyone to have reach out to the fun, exciting games. So as gamers, we always want to do something fun and exciting in playing. So I hope this trend will continue. So I hope everyone enjoy this keynote. And please drop your comments. So this is the end of the keynote of Tokyo Game Show 2023. We will provide the official contents or sessions supported by the organizations and companies related to this industry. And so if you have a chance, please come to Makuhari and experience it in person. If you are not able to come, but still there are a lot of options to enjoy. So this has been brought to you by Hayashi Kadokawa Linkage. Thank you very much for watching.